Prayer is literally just this idea of having conversation. And so it's something that is back and forth. Ephesians 6:18 says, and pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for the Lord, for all of the Lord's people. I love that it says pray in the Spirit on all occasions. At any given moment, we can be conversing with God. It's a lot more spontaneous than just always taking a moment to stop and pray. Building a habit of just prayer, regular prayer. Often just being like, hey God, I'm here, I'm listening. But taking time to stop is helpful, especially when you're still learning, when you're practicing starting to recognize God's voice. Stopping and taking time to dwell and to listen and to talk and express. Yeah, we see that Jesus separated himself and he went to the garden, or he went to the quiet place, the wilderness. We actually see it quite often that Jesus separated himself to go and have time to pray. And I think that is something that is very helpful, to take those times to stop and separate ourselves from what is going on and to pray. And it is a very useful tool in helping us to learn to start to recognize God's voice. And sometimes it takes time. Sometimes try and stay with God until you finally hear him say, okay, you can go, Take the time and just stay until you hear him speak. And so that's expressing yourself, but then also making sure to take time to just listen, be quiet, and wait for him to speak. In Jeremiah, he says, call to me and I will answer you, and I will tell you the great and unsearchable things you do not know. We can see that God wants to converse with us. He doesn't want it to just be you speaking and taking up all the time. But we need to take the moment to stop and to call out to him. We can't just always wait that he's just going to interrupt us and be like, hey, listen to me. Sometimes he will do that. But if we don't actually know his voice, we won't know that that's him stopping us. Colossians 4 verse 2, it tells us to devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful, be alert and of sober mind, because your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion. And it's as we are in these places of prayer and communion with God that we're able to recognize the enemy.